Tony. Yeah. Today we will discuss about the APO BW integration. Actually, in the APO BW also, like we have the inbuilt server, like a same how BW functionalities are there, the same things we can use into the APO also.
Okay.
Normally, what is the BW functionalities? Like a BW functionalities, we can say three types. One is the modeling, and another one is the extracting, and another one is the reporting.
Okay.
Like in the modeling, we can create the structures, and extracting, we can extract the data from the R3 system or from any other system or from the Excel files or from any legacy systems also. And the reporting, we can generate the business reports using the BW. So APO is the planning tool. Here also we need to extract the data from other systems, and here also we need to generate the reports. So that is the reason SAP is given inbuilt BW server in the APO.
Okay.
So normally if you see overall hierarchy, like overall structure, like normally this is the way it will be appear. Say for example, the R3 systems, like one or more than R3 systems or legacy or files, will connect it to central BW server. This is the central BW server. And from here to, we can get the data into the APO inbuilt BW server. This is the APO inbuilt BW server. So this is the one way, or like directly from R3 system to or some legacy system to, we can extract the data into the APO inbuilt BW server. And from here to, we can get the data into the demand planning.
Okay.
And
So in some cases we don't need a BW server at all.
yeah, this is again depends upon the client architecture.
Okay.
So if like they are maintaining the huge data, like the data records are like a crores, the number of crores,
Okay.
yeah, then we need to have the central BW server. Otherwise, if it is like a normal medium business, then they can use they can extract the data from directly from R3 to APO inbuilt BW server.
Okay.
See, for example, here there is only one R3 system, so straight away we are getting the data. But if it is like more R3 systems, the data range is more here.
Yes.
So then the data will go to the central BW server, and from central BW server to, we will extract the data into the APO BW server. And there is a program to get the data from BW, from InfoCube to planning area.
Okay.
So anyway, that I will show you into the system tomorrow. So now in this presentation, it will cover the overview and the technical view and business scenarios and workplace and roles and business content and summary. And this is the overall integration. Like from R3 system to the data, we are uploading via BW extractor. And normally this is mainly we are using for the demand planning, because the demand planning will read the sales history data and it will generate the statistical forecast. That is the function of the demand planning. So using this BW function, we will extract the R3 sales invoice data into the APO, and in APO we will store the data into the info cubes. From that info cubes to, we will extract the data into the planning area. So in interactive planning, automatically by doing these activities, the sales history will be appear into the key figures, like a sales history key figure, it will appear the data. So when you are running the statistical forecast, we will give the input this one and we will get a output as a forecast. So that is the normal way of working the demand planning. And other than this one, like after doing the planning, the total data will be stored into the interactive planning, like a planning area. So that data also we will take into the backup using this BW functionality. Because if might be something has happened, you will lost the data into the planning area, so it will be stored into the backup queue. So again we can get the data from the backup cube to planning area. That is another advantage of the inbuilt BW system. And if business wants to
Sales data, it says sales data. Are we getting sales data from other system or is it
sales data we are getting from R3 system to APO inbuilt BW server, and from BW to APO BW2 we will extract into the planning area. Like you cannot it is an inbuilt BW server, so you cannot find any difference. Like only same login we can do the login. Like if you log in into the APO, automatically you are into the BW also.
okay?
So that is like a inbuilt system. So you will not find any difference. Like you will feel that is the one of the function of APO. You will not feel like a separately you are using a BW system. It is like a part of APO. Like that we will feel.
Okay.
So what we will do first in the BW, like APO, we have the info cubes. So we are getting the sales history and sales orders data into that cubes, and from there to we are loading the data to the planning area. And once we did the planning, then we are taking the backup of this data into the backup cubes. So that if any point of time, if something is happened to the planning area, we can get the data back from the backup cube to planning area. And business users wants to some reports, we can create a report in the APO system using this BW function. So one is the data extraction, and another one is the backup or storing the data, and another one is the for reporting functionality. So all these will be supported in APO BW.
Okay.
And via RFC connection, these things will be connected like remote function calls. And
RFC only there is another BW system. Inbuilt is there, we don't need RFC.
like inbuilt also we have the inbuilt RFC connections.
Okay.
And how RFC connections are creating and how RFC connections will work, we can see detail level into the SIF.
Yeah.
Anyway, in the SIF we will create a RFC connection, so that time you will get more idea about the RFC connection. And these are the architectures. Anyway, this is the old one. Now BI also latest version is the 7, and R3 is the 6, and APO is the 7. These are the latest architectures of these three systems: R3, APO, and BW.
Okay.
So if you have the software of SCM 7, APO 7, already the inbuilt BW also BW 7.
Sure.
Yeah. And like you can see in R3 we have the transaction data. So this one we will store into the cubes. Like from here to we are extracting the data, and here we are keeping into the cubes. From here to we will take into the APO demand planning cube, and we can have the functionality the data from APO DP2 sent to the central BW also. Because if they are using the central BW for the reporting, so whatever the data from APO we will send back to the central BW, and whatever the data from R3 it will also come to here. So from the central cube they will extract the reports.
Okay.
And it's not only one cube, like we can create a multi cubes also in the BW server. Like normally we can say three types of cubes are there. One is the to store the data, like whatever the extracted data, like sales orders and sales invoice, that they will keep into the one cubes. And backup, they will create another cube for the backup, like whatever the backup data, to store the data they will create a backup cube, and another cube for the remote cube. The remote cube is nothing but like for reporting purpose. In that remote cube, what they will do, they will give a data source is a planning area, So whenever you are executing some report in the remote queue, it will call the data from the planning area. Like whatever the data we are storing in the planning area, nothing but like a whatever the data you are able to see in the interactive planning, it will get the data from the interactive planning and it will give the reports.
Okay.
And these reports we can call as a technically BEX reports, BEX analysis. Yes, BEX report, and these are looks like a Excel, but these are having the more user friendly compared to the Excel. Like a lot of functions are there here. How you want to filter the data, how you want to see the data, and what is the level you want to see the data. Like that, so many functionalities are there, but it's like overall look like it's like a Excel.
Okay.
Normally, all these BW activities will be taken care by the BW consultant in the APO project. Like in the APO project, how the DP team, how the SNP team, how the PPDs team, like that, we have the team like a BW also. So normally they will take all these actions, like to extract the data from R3 to APO, and to create a backup cubes, and to extract the data, and to generate the reports. Also, total this part will be come into the BW. But as a inbuilt system in the APO, we should also have the knowledge, like at least a fair idea about the BW. Then only if BW consultants have some issues, so we can easily coordinate with them. And like a different R3 systems, we can integrate with one APO system. And like R3 system 1, 2 and non-R3 system, like that. N number of systems we can integrate it to one APO system. Like for example, Europe, like 5 countries, they have the business, and each country they are having the separate R3 system, like Spain, Belgium, Netherlands, and like Italy and UK. So they have the 5 different R3 systems, and they can connect all these R3 systems to one APO system, and here you can do the global level planning also. Like we can generate the forecast across the Europe level to get a input data from the different countries. So basically this APO is a global planning tool, so that is the reason we can integrate n number of systems to one APO system. Or if you want to do separate planning for country wise, you can create one each separate box for the each country also. But the basic idea of the APO is the global planning.
Okay. Then are there any multiple APO also? APO box?
Are there any?
Like any company is using multiple APO boxes?
Yeah. For example, if you take HP, they are doing the separate planning for a Asia Pacific region, and separate planning for the Europe region, and separate planning for the global level. Like whatever that they are doing the planning at different regions like Asia Pacific and Europe, again they will send to the global system. And in the global system, again they will do the global level planning, and they will recommend the like they will see the difference of the regional level planning and the global level planning. And if any differences are there, they will recommend them to change the data. So then the regional systems will follow the global data. Like Asia Pacific, its own area level, it will do the planning. Europe, its own area, it will do the planning. And these results we are sending to the global system. And the global system, like separate boxes. There what they will do the combined planning of Asia Pacific, Europe and North America. And they will distribute the and disaggregate the results again regional level. And they will compare what is the regional level they did the planning. Like regional level, they generated 1000 is the Asia Pacific forecast. But global level, they say only 900. Then they will send back these results to the Asia Pacific. Then Asia Pacific will adjust the forecast to 900 units.
Okay.
Like that, they can use the separate servers also. And from R3 to, like we have the historical data, to send to the APO demand planning and for reporting purpose also for other cubes. But normally for the reporting we are using the like a planning area is a database, so directly no need to maintain any cube, like it's nothing but like a remote cube, so it will not physically store any data. When you are extracting some reports, it will call the data from the interactive planning or planning area. And the reports we can call as a reporting is a BEX analysis. It looks like a Excel because in the interactive planning we cannot directly extract any reports. Like if you keep running more than 5 minutes in interactive planning, it will give the dump. So that is the reason we have to create a separate reports in the APO system, that is nothing but like a BEX. And after creating the BEX reports, the users will give the inputs, like whatever they want to see the data. Like for example product, they want to see the data of the 10 products data, so they will give the input of 10 products and they will extract the report so that they can able to see the 10 products data, detailed data. And normally what is the like levels of reporting, they can do the regional level of forecasting and planned actual deviation, and what is the forecast accurate, and what is the like deviations of the planned and actual, like that. These are the some sample reports. And this is the way like this will look like, the report will be look like this, like it will be looks like a Excel only, but it is like a BEX.
Fine. What is the left-hand screen in this one? Okay.
Yeah, this is like a technical screen, like it is extracting from here, like supply chain cockpit,
Yeah.
like it is a back end, it's like a front end.
Yes.
This is also same technical thing. And we can predefine the variants also, like you can define a variant so that the user need not to again extract all the things. Just if you execute the report, automatically based on the settings the data will be appear, particular selection, particular location, particular products, like that we can give and we can extract the report. It's nothing but like a just like a how we are creating the variant, like that. So we will create a one variant or profile so that when they are executing, whatever the standard settings are there, as per that they can able to see the data.
Okay.
And normally this is the way like these are the levels of the users can use the reporting. Like supply chain planner, they can have the some their own reports like long term forecasting. And marketing manager, he can get the report regarding his data. And sales manager, he will get the data, he will extract the reports. And the reports we can call from the BEX reports. And we can not only one cube, and we can integrate the different cubes like a multi cube also, we can get the report. Might be it is from the APO system and from BW system, both we can integrate and we can get the report also. Like say, like in the organization, might be these are the levels they will do the report. Like finance managers, they can take the reports. SCM and logistics, they can take the reports. Channel partner and manufacturer, and these are the roles and like a tasks of the supply chain manager. Actually this is not like a really required, but just like a idea, like what supply chain manager will do into the APO. Like he will lead the supply chain team and global and regional responsibility of the supply chain management, and his goals like measuring and managing based on the marketing share, service level, and the total supply chain cost and asset utilization, so like that. And he will use the BW for the reporting, like that. Just like a it is like a role of the supply chain manager. Just it's like a additional information, and it's not like a unique for all the organization. Just like a it is an idea. The supply chain manager will do these things. And the reports we can get like a HTML report and Excel report and graphics and mini application like that. We can see the reports also different levels. And this is a business content, like for example the APO. We can see it is integrated all the systems in the APO, and we can get the report from the all the systems, and we can like a divided these as a like a scheduling. The ZATP will become the scheduling and the operator and the tactical and the strategic. Like these are the different type of the planning. Hello. Yeah. And again the total data and store into the live cache only. And this is the APO planning analysis, like a backend for the reporting. Actually, in the APO, total data is storing into the live cache. That is the hard disk for the APO. Like how?
Even when like we're doing anything with BW, live cache comes into pictures.
Actually, APO data is storing into the live cache, and like a BW data is storing into the info cubes. So whatever the data we are getting to the cubes, like for example, I am doing the backup. So that is extracting the data from the planning area only. Say for example, if live cache is not on, so you cannot extract the data into the BW cubes from planning area to BW cubes. Hello, Sandeep? Hello? Hello? Hello, Sandeep? Yeah. Okay. And when we are creating the MPAS and planning area, we have seen like a whatever the zero starts, those are like a BW characteristics and BW key figures. Whatever the 9 starts with the 9, those are the APO characteristics and APO key figures. So these are the technical names for the info objects, like a location, 0 APO locono, and a product, 0 APO product, like that. These are the technical names for the info objects, nothing but like a characteristics.
Okay.
So when you are creating an info object in APO, it will ask you, do you want to create for APO or BW? Anyway, tomorrow we will create some info objects. That time we can see. That will ask the option. Do you want to create for APO or BW? And again, this is the sample report. This is the like a Bex report. And what is the difference? You will see like a normal Excel and this one. Here you can see there is a business SAP Business Explorer. Normally, if you open Excel also, you will get the same menu tabs only. But this will be additional SAP Business Explorer. This will be one difference. And you will see this is the like a toolbox. Load the data. If you open this one, it will open the report, and you can give the report name and you can execute it. Then it will appear the data like this. And here again we have the filter option, like that how you want to like a plant, and plant wise I want work center, like that. Initially it is a work center only resource, so I want to by plant wise, like that. Here we can arrange, like we can put a filter and we can put the like a aggregated level, so that you can see the report into the different levels. Like here only plant wise I am seeing the work center, here I am seeing all the work center, like that. Here we can play like that anything in the report, like that. Here still location level, and I want to see the resources, like here plant level, and here like a location level, like that. This is the thing. So the basic idea is the basic functionalities of the BW is the modeling and extracting and reporting. So normally in the APO demand planning, we need to extract the data and we need to store the data and we have to do the reporting. So that is the reason SAP is provided the inbuilt BW system in the APO, and this is basically most of the things using for the demand planning. But coming to the SNP point of view, they are using only for reporting. That real-time data will be come from the SNP. It will get it from the SIF only, like a sales orders data and stock, all those things they used to get from the SNP. For SNP they used to get from the R3 via SIF. But coming to the coming to the demand planning, we have to get the invoice data and we have to get the sales orders data. So that is we are extracting using this BW function, and we are storing the data using this BW functionality like a backup cubes, and we are giving the user reports to generate a report. Like we have seen some reports, like the demand planner need a reporting, and sales managers need a reporter, and financial team they need a report, and marketing team they need a report. So we will define the whatever the reports they needed, we will define the reports, and so that they can execute the reports and they can see the reporting. And APO, we can use the direct inbuilt BW system to connect to R3, or we can use the central BW server also to connect to R3 system. And n number of R3 systems we can connect it, and we can connect the legacy systems also to APO inbuilt BW server. Like if it is a legacy, like ALE IDOC, and if it is a normal R3 system to BW, then it is a RFC connection. And how we will connect, and how we are extracting the data, and what is the info cube, and what is the info object, and how we need to create a process chain, and how we need to load the data from the info cube to planning area. So everything in the system, tomorrow we can see something. So then it will be clear for you.
Yeah.
And I have sent the document. Just go through the documents also, like it's like a definition, like what the info object, what the info queue, something like that, the definitions also.
Sure.
Okay. Any questions or something?
No, clear.
Okay. 1 minute, I think. What is the recording session? I'm not able to see that recording session.
Oh, it's not there.